I'm Craig Foster. I'm the art director of graphic design at Pixar, and I'm currently working on Cars 3. My professional art is I started in live action film, and can you all hear me well enough?
Yeah.
Okay. I went to film school, and I was there. I studied animation and graphic design along with film. And one of my first jobs was I worked at Paisley Park on the film Graffiti Bridge. And from there, went to Disney with my dots, and just have kind of been progressively moving forward at various studios and production companies. And while doing that, just picking up anything I could, motion graphics, traditional graphic design, animation, and was working at a post-production company called Wildbrain doing television commercials, and got a phone call to come work on The Incredibles because they needed an after effects artist that knew graphic design, and pretty much stayed at Pixar ever since once I got it. It was. Actually, always wanted to work at Disney. When I grew up in Kansas, small town, and on Sunday nights, Wonderful World of Disney would be on, and it was kind of a thing to watch. And I just always thought that would be a great place to work. It's kind of a dream, and just kind of aimed for that. I always wanted to be an artist, so went that direction. Well, at Pixar, I pretty much work on just about every film that comes up. So, it's a pretty great job in that sense because I also get to work on marketing, theme parks, Disney Store, just all sorts of things. So if it's a Pixar title, I probably touched it in some way. Mostly, I interact with the directors and the production designers during their pitches on what they would like to see. Like if they're developing a set, like in Inside Out, the difference between the real world and the mind world. And then I'll get together with the graphics team and we'll go over ideas and try to develop a look that's in line with what the director and production designer are describing. And then I either take on a project for myself and try to flesh it out for presenting, or help the team, achieve that look, try to guide them through. And then we pitch it to the director, and if he goes for it, we move forward. And if not, we go back to the drawing board and try again until we get it right. Hope that was a good one. Well, generally, watch the films and we go to story pitches, and then if things speak to you emotionally from your life experiences, that's where I'll generally start from. But then I go out and try to find reference via, I take a lot of photos, do a lot of sketching, and then try to take those elements and guide them into the world that the production designer is developing. I always try to go with an emotional authenticity. So even if it doesn't necessarily look like real world, when you see it, you'll feel like you've seen it before, and you'll understand what it represents. Does that kind of answer your question a little bit? It's a strange process because we're trying to validate these environments, make them believable, yet it's make-believe, so we kind of cross that line. Well, for my job, it was Toy Story. I was had just graduated from film school when that came out, and I'd seen computer animation, but never a full feature with a story arc like that. But before that, Fantasia was amazing. Miyazaki, anything that they do, and recently I had an opportunity to work with Toko House. Dice and Hubbard, they did a short called The Timekeeper. And that really inspired me because it was fresh and new, but yet had traditional look and technique to tell a story. It's kind of, Iron Giant. I mean, I love anything Brad Bird does, so that's how I know. Being in the graphics department, so a lot of my things, I do signs and banners, the more real-world tactile things that end up in our film as opposed to character design, but we always try to do something for friends that we know. So, like if someone really likes trains, I'll try to design a storefront that someone set that out there, or when I am out in the walking and sketching, if I see something, I'll do a sketch so I can remember it. But so I guess it does, definitely. I think so. I mean, we do have a Pixar look in a sense, if you can tell our characters a lot of times, but we really try to support the story, and if the directors have a certain look in mind, really go out of our way to make sure that we don't just recycle what we've done in the past. We do a lot of referential things to the past films, but we'll update them or alter them to fit the look of the current film. Kind of like Up had that, it was almost like claymation look, as opposed to Monsters University, which is very real world with their monsters. Well, I really liked Up. I really enjoyed working on it, and I liked the look of the graphics, that 1920s yet kind of modern look, and that was proud of the pieces that I made for that. But I think Ratatouille, because it started off, I was trying to do the production designer Harley Jessup really wanted to do collages and everything, so I spent a lot of time with his magazines and found art making labels and billboard and stuff. And we kind of ran out of time because of production. You have to work at a certain pace, so it's hard to do that handmade stuff, but I really liked the way that it came out, the kind of fake, imagined French look. Pre-production, because they can be like 4 to 7 years doing story and schedule and working out, what we'll be making. And then a lot of times we can get in and like animation can work as short as like 8 months. Graphics might be, I mean, sometimes I'm in there for 2 years. Sometimes it's a little 6 months. I think I was on Dory for probably about a year. And but yeah, definitely pre-production. I wrote that one down because it changes. Right now, like generally, like the crew is 200 people. I think we're right now. Once ours in full production will be 230. So it takes a lot of people. Art department, we tend to run like 15, 20 people. But the whole crew, it gets pretty big. Again, it depends, like that 7 to 4 years. It just I'll keep working on it until the story's correct. We do have, a final release date that we have to hit, but the dates kind of move. So it just is on. You start working really long hours to get it done on time. I don't know if that's clear enough. Yeah. Generally, I work in a illustrator Photoshop. We and Maya, as far as art creativity, we don't have a lot of proprietary software. It's a lot of sketching, drawing, scanning, prepping in Photoshop.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward as far as the software goes. I work in After Effects a lot with motion graphics. So that's pretty much the creative suite.
Well, we do have the online submission site, which is actually, we do look at, for what I do, I went through, we went through about 300 applications for the current internships. And we look at everything. So basically it's submitting a portfolio and showing that, a real desire for a certain field that just your games, character design, graphic design, animation. And we really, we look at it, we take it seriously. So it's a lot of different paths to get here. Like mine was just having been known by other people. I was, having a background in doing motion graphics. So, and we have other folks that come in on the internship program, and we just hire, once they prove themselves, and just submissions. So it's totally doable. I have not been to the Oscars yet. You have to be a director, producer, or writers get to go. I have been to a few premieres, and they're really fun. We just went to the LA premiere for Dory, and the cast and crew were there. They do the red carpet at the El Capitan Theater, and it's a real nice perk. We can just put in a lot of time and effort on the films, and then to be able to go and see how people respond to it is fun. That's a tough one in the sense that it's, just stick with it, because it's tough when you want to show your work, because everyone has an opinion, especially in graphic design, because it's the one thing people really see, and they think that it's easy, because people see posters, text. With computers, a lot of people are able to make graphics now. But to just, stick with your vision, with what you're trying to make, because it's easy to fall back on other people's suggestions or critiques, but it really is what you bring to it. And developing the ability to listen to other people's ideas and seeing it in a different way that they might not be expressing. Because graphic design, that's one of the things are asked to do quite often is re-envision someone's idea and help them bring it together into a presentable form. That's pretty much what I do, and it's just that keep drawing, always be sketching, so that when the opportunity comes along to present something, you've prepared yourself. You're not taking unawares and not quite sure how to proceed. Just always practicing. Yeah, it does. In fact, I was wondering if there was a way. My computer is what we're sitting on, so it's hard for me to turn my monitor. But I kind of go from, when I go from project to project, I kind of reimagine my office to get into the mindset of the current project I'm on. So, like when I was on Wally, I had a bunch of sci-fi stuff up. And then when I went on to Up, it was a bunch of 1940s stuff. And so currently, my office is currently in the state of, I was on Toy Story 4, but it got put on hold. So it took place, so it was all things that inspired me to do toy boxes and stuff. So yeah, thanks. I kind of dig it. It makes me comfortable. I have to spend so much time in my office, and there's no window, so I kind of have to keep it a happy place.